If you do that to your partner, you literally hate him. You understand? You are his worst enemy.
Right there.
Moans Cuddles on GhanaWeb TV. Now, today's conversation is one that has really broken marriages, broken trust. And here, as we love to say, we love to spice up your relationship. So let's give you the ones and twos, things that you do in your marriage that can cause a separation or divorce, and if possible, avert it. So I have here with me, seated in my couch, Anastasia Okine. She is a content creator and the co-founder of Hey Girl. It's a foundation. Yeah, they are doing amazing. Later on, we're going to talk about that. Sure. So, Anas, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Great. And we've been sandwiched by the senior accounts manager of Benchmark Marketing, Victor Wellridge. Victor, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I love your gray hair.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Victor is married. Let me just add that too. But Anastasia and I will be doing the conversation. We're just taking a look at what will influence a wife or a husband to hide properties from their spouse. It's a big deal. It's a deal breaker for some people, and till date, it's caused a lot of separation. So we just want to find out, generally, if you say for better, for worse, a man will leave his home and join his wife, the two shall become one. Vic, I just want to find out, what will influence a man to say, okay, I have properties, but I don't want my wife to know about it. I'm keeping it. And until when do you even disclose your assets?
Right. All right. So thank you very much, Paula. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine.
Yeah. Yeah. So this particular topic is a very big deal when it comes to marriage. Not just marriage, even with friendships and people in relationships. You know, keeping things, coveting things, hiding things, secrets. Secrets are always a major topic in any relationship. That determines the make or break of it. So when somebody keeps a secret, with your phone, your password, it starts from there, you know, password issues. So in a relationship, I want to start from a certain angle. So when you're in a relationship and then you quarrel and argue about passwords, I don't know your password. Every week you change your password. I don't know, I want to know about it. I want to know why you're keeping passwords. And you argue about it, you argue about it, you argue about it. You even break up because of password. Somehow you come back and then one day you decide that let's marry. So you marry. Yet you still have the issue of password in your marriage. You send it into your marriage. What has happened is that you've not solved a problem that has the potential of escalating to something big, as we are discussing in this topic. Okay. Of you acquiring something and then keeping it from your partner. So if you have mastered the way and will to even keep passwords from your partner, then you can do the same with any other thing. All right? And you see, when you get to a point in your marriage where the marriage now is about convenience, you know, you are married because of the kids, of our one children. And I'm in this marriage because of my children, not you anymore. When the center of attention is not your partner anymore, then you don't see the need to now, you know, be responsible for them or be accountable to them.
Okay,
right?
So you're not feeling the responsibility to be accountable to them leads one to hide properties or whatever it is from their partner.
Yes, it's one of the factors.
It's one of the factors.
There are so many other factors.
But let me ask you, you're married.
Yes.
Would you hide such a thing from your partner, or you are very open?
Well, I'm very, very open. If I will hide anything, then it could be for a good motive. It could be for a reason that maybe I want to buy her a particular car.
You save the good motive for now. Now let's play the devil's advocate. So as Vic described it as a secret, keeping a secret from your partner, I just want to find out from you, if you're married, are you going to declare all your assets to your husband?
So then my question will be, at what point did I acquire these assets, right? So did I acquire them before the marriage or within the marriage? Now, if it is before the marriage, I don't see the need to.
Okay.
Because the thing is that what am I declaring these assets to you for? What is the end goal, right? Is it to where you come to participate in the sustenance of what I have had before I met you? What is that knowledge of use to you for? If it's not, then I don't see any reason. However, if we are at a certain point in our relationship where declaring it, it's just like, you've got yours, I've got mine. It really doesn't affect anything, whether I know it or not. Okay, I'm just gonna say it, but that's just for saying sake, not to get any, contribution or some sort of, ownership or claiming from the partner. No, I'm not gonna declare. I'm not declaring my assets in a relationship that I acquired before the relationship, before the marriage is certified.
So that's the thing. We turn to keep things. I think our generation currently, we tend to keep things from our partners because the people we end up with are not deserving. If you are really in love with someone, if you really chose right, this is the person who is meant for you, this is the person you see building a future with, I don't see what will hinder you from being open to them. These are the people who see your nakedness, you're having a child with the person, for better, for worse, you sleep in the same bed. Like, I don't really, of course, it might be that maybe the person that you're marrying is selfish and you've seen certain characters, as Anas was saying, if you come clean and then we are good. But then I really don't understand when it's married, because you are married, of course, so how?
You see, something must always go wrong for you to change your character towards your partner, right? So you may have experienced or seen a certain recurring problem with the person, with your partner, and you realize that this guy is not changing. Perhaps he's selfish, all right? Okay. So if he's selfish with his things, then why don't you also be selfish with yours? Okay.
But the thing is, wouldn't you have recognized these signs in the premarital stage?
Yes, you have. That's why I mentioned the thing about passwords. You see, it starts from somewhere.
The signs are always
when you are
trivial.
dating,
like, that's not.
Yeah, some people literally break up because of toothpaste. You understand? And how their partner is not using it well. All right? Passwords are a big deal in certain relationships. Okay? You keep passwords, and I don't know why I can't pick your calls. I don't know why I can't know your password to know what's inside your phone.
All right.
And some people go to their bathrooms with their phones.
They're just busy, something.
I got stuff to do. I know.
So if you find out that your husband, let's not say you have decided, okay, maybe sometimes if you getting married and then you've acquired properties before the marriage, you love to keep it to yourself. But how would you feel if your partner, maybe of 10 years or 15 years, you find out that he's got a complex. This complex is making money for him and all that. And maybe you have a joint account and this joint account is where you spend money from. How would you feel would you say you've been betrayed if you find out that your partner had a huge edifice that is fetching him equal money that, he knew nothing about it?
So yeah, that's a problem. Because at this point, our agreements within this marriage is we are going to have a joint account. But then if that's the basis of our marriage, right, then to a certain degree, I would want to know, except we agreed on a specific amount. And so whichever way I'm bringing in that income, you don't need to know about it, right? But then if now you've got something elsewhere, and you still demand the same things of me per our marital agreement. I'm a woman, you're a man. What is the foundation of our marriage? Are we paying traditional gender roles here, right? Are we saying that you, the man, are the sole provider of the family we are creating for ourselves, such that to my underwear and everything is on you? And that is what a traditional marriage is. That is what we came to see growing up. I mean, within the context of traditional marriages with our parents and our grandparents and whatnot. Fortunately enough, it's not like that these days anymore. But if we are going that route, right, then I would want to know where else your money is coming from, because that is the agreement from the beginning. If it's not, then I don't care. Again, I'm a person is gonna, okay, so why are you hiding this sort of? But then was he intentionally hiding it? Such that when he sees me coming, he's trying to put stuff, somewhere else. That is just being malicious.
Let me just put it down. They are canwe. Oko kaba eyokunudia, but unyafa so afabrefi. It's a thing that sometimes they tell women who are going to get married.
Yeah.
Now you are married, so I'll have to get your view on this. In a situation where you made mention that sometimes it's for the good purpose.
Yeah.
So maybe for your 10th anniversary, you want to give a big gift to your partner. So then you are hiding this thing from the person. But in the case where you're going to get married and then your mom or your family tells you that, okay, you know, you are going to form a family, but you have to get something for the family. So then as a woman, she's thinking, I need to build a house for my mom, but I don't have to tell my partner. So you start the project, you buy the land, you start the project, you are building, and then your husband, it might be your money or odo, but then for your husband to find out that, okay, you are building a home or a house for your family and I knew nothing about it. I just want to know, are you obligated to tell the man that you are in the same house, the same room with that? This is the project I'm doing for my family. Maybe this is the project I'm doing for my sister. Or you say you move like that. Does that work? Oh, I'm just doing my thing. Does that work in marriage? Or once you come together, it should be a partnership?
Yes, absolutely. You see, once you're in a legal agreement with someone, unless maybe you just go and do the traditional, even the traditional thing is now legal. So once you're in a legal agreement with someone, whatever you do, whatever you acquire within that legal agreement, it's for both of you. So if the lady decides that I'm building a family house for her family, and she's doing that secretly, and I find out, sorry, I can take her to court. I can take her to court, and then the court will decide how that property will be distributed or shared. Definitely it won't go to her family. You understand? Because whatever it is, the resource that she's using to build that particular building would come from maybe the peace of mind I have given her at home. There's a certain stake, whether it is monetary or psychological. I have given her a certain peace of mind to be able to acquire wealth to build for her family. So I have a stake in there. Let me give you a story. So there was this banker who decided to divorce his wife of over 30 years of marriage for a younger lady. Then he decided to just let her go with nothing.
No compensation.
Nothing. You understand? And the lawyer for the lady, the woman who was basically facilitating the process, did some digging and discovered that this man on retirement had built a 5-bedroom apartment somewhere. The wife never knew all the period they were married, and he was planning to go and live there with his new bride. You understand? Once that was disclosed, it was tendered in the courts that this man has a property. Therefore, if he's leaving the wife, that property should be given to the wife. And he had another apartment or another building. So he can live in that and the new one given to the wife. So this man literally intentionally did not want to give anything to his wife. You understand? But it was discovered and the court took it for her because he acquired it whilst they were married.
They were married. And I said, it looks like you want to counter that.
Yeah, because the thing is, now I would want to ask, what was the basis of the divorce? He asked for the divorce, isn't it?
Yeah.
And why did he ask for a divorce? Because automatically when you ask for a divorce, as one partner in a relationship, you are 70% or some sort of percentage guaranteed to walk away with nothing from the marriage. Right? Now, if it's based on infidelity, that's where you have some sort of security that you are going to get something out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but this was not based on infidelity.
And the man wants to just bounce.
She did not, well, he said he doesn't have any property, doesn't own anything. That was his argument, right? Yet, he had built a 5-bedroom house. He wanted to go and live in with his new bride. So he was literally hiding it. So when it was discovered, the court took it for the wife.
Well, it's somebody's situation, but I think it's all these things that we have. But then, as a woman, what will make you suspicious that maybe my husband is hiding something? Because it all starts with the suspicion, and the people start digging and they realize that they have properties.
Right.
What are some of the signs?
What would be a sign? I feel like if you don't go looking for them, you will not find them, first of all. Now, if you go looking, it's probably, based on maybe they are trying to hide certain documents from you. You've seen certain text messages or you've heard something, I don't know, but best personally, I would not go poke. If they don't find it, they don't think I'm worthy or I should know about what they are doing.
You're not going to push it.
I'm not going to push it, especially if I know that I have no contribution towards it, and if that's not how we operate in our marriage, I'm not going to push it. But then if I don't, I expect him also not to push it when he also recognizes that I'm also doing stuff aside.
Okay, so it all boils down to the agreement in the marriage. If
Exactly.
you guys are like, okay, we are building properties, but then in the case when it's a loving relationship, you put your all into it. So those who put their all into it and find out that they've been cheated, they are the ones that, you know, it hurts most. But then if you're like, you know, we are
But the
there
thing
together.
is, even with the all also means that what are we operating by? Right? Like we said from the beginning, you are a hardworking woman, and I always feel for a lot of women, because in our setting, right, mostly women are the ones who are going to end up losing at the end of the day when it comes to a divorce. How many times have we seen men walking on the streets mad, and the reason for their mental whatever is because
heartbreak and all that. It happens, but then
Trust me,
compared to
it's
women,
compared
to
it's
women.
way more than women.
okay, I have to do the research.
Way more than women.
No.
Okay.
See, if you just walk out there, count all the men you see out there.
Maybe
they
it
are
might
more
not
than
be.
women.
It might not be
And
due
most
to
of them,
heartbreak.
you see, the
It's
thing
not
is,
true.
the emotional instability and emotional issues, women have the tendency to absorb and contain it better than men.
I think it's true. No, a lot of women enjoy
That's
a lot
what
of
I think.
things. It's true. In marriages, you have to go in there. You're thinking, oh, for the men, for the kids, for all that, and then the state. So that's why a lot of women
No,
end
but
up.
genetically,
a lot of
women.
men even die before their wives. So many men die before their wives. Just look at.
But that's not
obituaries
because of
growing up.
emotional instability.
No, I'm just talking about. You see, women have a certain tenacity to hold things.
Because the society has made us done so.
Yes. So
As a woman,
so the woman has adapted to it. The man hasn't.
All right. So we can go on with that, but then I just want us to take a quick break. When we come back, the show continues. Welcome back. This is Moans Cuddles on GhanaWeb TV. Now we are coming to you from Andy's Barber Studio here at the Legon City Mall. You can walk in anytime from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. And the services here are amazing. They have haircut here, braiding for the ladies and the gents. They even have dread. You can come in for your braiding. They do facials and they do pedicure. Walk-in is a conducive place. You can sit, you can chat, you can bring your boyfriends, your girlfriends and all that. So for the women, you can bring your man whilst he's getting a haircut and you're getting braids. They are absolutely good. So you pass by Andy's Barber Studio here at the Legon City Mall for all the amazing services. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going back and forth with it and all that. But then I just want to create a scenario. Recently, there was this story in the news where a woman who is married, they have a kid, right? There's another child on the way. But the man is looking for separation, which might lead to divorce. Simply put, he realized that his wife was hiding a property, like, you know, apartment where fetches her money, rent. And then she's got other cars where she used for this Uber, boats, stuff like that. And then with all this, the husband never knew. Now, what is more painful is that this woman earns more than the man in salary, right? He had no idea about it. So he's earning like something less than 5,000 to this monthly. He gives the woman half of that. And you know she has all these properties that can fetch her money. And then she also makes demands, okay, I want a phone. If he doesn't get it, then she's pissed. So when the man found out that this was what his wife was doing, he's like, this is the death of me. Now the marriage is on the verge of the collapse, and then the woman is like, oh, she will do better. She's going to change the name into their name. And then she did that because she wanted to secure property for the family. That is one of the biggest reasons that people give. Now I want to find out from you and us, what the woman did, is it justifiable? And then moving forward, she wants to save her marriage. She's opted that, okay, fine, at this moment I'm willing to change into it. I messed up. That is what she's saying. just to say they're married. Do you, from a woman's perspective, do you think what the woman did, the circumstances, the situation at home, and how she handled the issue, milking the husband while she could easily afford all those things, was it right? Was it the best thing she could have done?
I think what's at play here is a sense of morality and legality, right? So I feel like in a situation like this, we can't judge right and wrong. A lot of people don't base off right and wrong of morals. It's based on the law, right? In this sense, who is this woman? I think she's very malicious and whatever, vicious, wicked, whatever the word is in the books. However, I don't think because it looks like the trajectory of their relationship, it was the man was the provider.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Which had been agreed. That's how come he never had a problem with it from the beginning. What she's done with her money. So what if she wasn't building or acquiring assets with the money? What if she was just spending the money anyhow she wanted? What if there was no substantial evidence of that money she's acquired over all those years and such a thing never came out? Would that have been a problem? I feel like the man is being overly emotional.
So wait, if you were the husband and then you found out this was what your husband was doing, how would you handle it? Will you feel like, okay, your husband is being, acting also emotional?
My thing is, over all these years, has he ever inquired about how much she earns?
As far as is your word, you tell me, okay.
Exactly. So that means that in this marriage, to him, how much she earned or whatever she was bringing to the house had never been a problem. Why is it a problem now? The fact that I used this to acquire something? Does that make sense?
Well,
it was never a problem, was it? How much I was earning, what I was using my money for was never a problem, right?
But then it is a problem when it becomes marriage, because we are in this together. We are building a family. If you in debt, if you have a debt, two people have to come together and in marriage, right? It is not your problem, as you say. Once you're married, your problem is my problem. My joy is your joy. Yeah. So in such a situation, the man is wanting else. The woman is saying, "Oh, I'm going to change the name and all that." Think if you ever find yourself in that situation, what would you do? Are you going to ask for a divorce? Are you going to leave? And how is even your trust going? How are you going to regain your trust in your wife?
You see, this situation is very, very serious, but at the same time has a certain moral lesson for everybody to learn. The seriousness of the matter is this: what if the man had died, maybe a natural death, before knowing all of this? It would have been wasted efforts by the lady, since she said she was doing all this for the family, right?
For her family.
For her family, not her nuclear family, her extended family.
For her, yeah.
It even makes the situation even worse. You understand? It makes it worse. It explains the fact that she did not have the man in mind, and you said the man is malicious, but I think
the woman is malicious.
Yes,
morally.
I mean exactly. So
but legally, she's not.
She still is. You see, the fact is, if you do that to your partner, you literally hate him. You understand? You are his worst enemy. He's actually living with his worst enemy without knowing. You understand? She might have good intention for her family, her extended family. They are happy she's doing it for them, right? But her nuclear family is suffering as a result of that. And the man whom she claims she is one with is the one most suffering from all of this thing. And that makes her very, very evil. You understand? And one hero can be a villain to another person. That's the kind of role she's playing now. She's a hero to her extended family, but she's a villain to her husband. So the fact is that if I were the husband and I realize this, obviously I'll take her to court. I'll take her to court. This is not the time to change name and all that. If I had died, you would still have gone on with the properties and all that, and it would have been in the name of your extended family. What is worse is, what if she dies? How would the children or the child living also benefit from those things? We've had situations where extended families would throw out children from their parents' homes and all that. Has she thought of all of this? I would have taken her to court, and then we will take that property back. And once we take it back, and or we split it, I'll take my share out of that and do whatever I want to do with it. Because definitely my money has been part of that building.
Now, before we wrap up this conversation, your advice to couples, like, you know, who find themselves in this situation, whether to leave or to stay, or whether to get a plan B or not to get plan B, generally. I'm going to start with you.
Well, for me, before you get to that end, before you get there, I will advise that first off, try and solve the problem of trust. All right? Start with the little things, from the password, from the phone issues, from the gossip issues, from the secret issues. You know, the more you open and then you disclose yourself, because of self-disclosure. So if both of you expose yourselves to what can you tell me about the deep things about yourself? What can I tell you about the deep things about myself, my fears, my worries, and all those? If you're able to have that self-disclosure going, the more we do that, the more the trust is built. Okay. And so if you decide to take any action in future, you definitely will put a thought to what I would think about it before you even take any action. Okay. And moreover, let's be good to our partners so that when they are doing something, they will have us in mind and it will be in a good way.
So be good to your partner, then they also include you in their plans.
Yeah.
And as your final words?
Well, I think communication would really have to be key. I mean, do whatever you can to know the person you're about to settle with if you decide to take that step, right? Also for women, please know the law. Don't leave the nuances of, you know, I love him so much, whatever. I always say love is not blind. Love enlightens you. It's only people who think love is blind that when things are going on, you know, when bad things are going on in the relationship, they don't see them. Like you don't pay attention to your partner anymore to an extent that you don't see that things are worrying them. That is love being blind. That's not healthy love. You want to build a healthy life, and that's based on, or the foundations has to be effective communication, transparency. Do not settle for what you know that you don't like just because you want to be in a marriage or you want to be in a relationship. Then 5 years, 10 years down the line, you've got problems with it, and this person is understanding you. You were okay with it like 5 years ago or 2 years ago, and all of a sudden you want to change the rules. Be truthful with yourself. Be transparent in this relationship. Make sure that you know this person well enough. If you cannot be that secured, know the law, know what happens if always be prepared for the worst, I think.
Okay.
I mean, pray and whatever, but also know that things could go wrong.
Great.
And be prepared for it.
All right. So to wrap up, I'll just say this few words. Life is simple, life is short, things are not complicated. And once you enter into a marriage, know the rules that govern that institution. Mm-hmm. If you are not willing to be open, to be transparent, to share your properties, then I don't think marriage is for you. Because if I'm bringing in my all and then you want to play smart and then my trust is broken, that's how a lot of women end up, you know, being heartbroken. They're on the streets and then they look very miserable. Marriage is simple. You have to be open to your partner. And if you think this person is not deserving to know your properties, to know the things you've acquired, then they are not the right person. It's better you wait until when you are free and when you are okay, you trust in a human, then you can say you are getting married. So please, don't enter into marriage and then you are playing your cards like, oh, I'm doing this alone. It's for better, for worse. The two shall become one. Yeah, so we did today's conversation. We had it here at the Andy's Barber Studio, located at the Legon City Mall. When you walk in here, you get great haircut. Now, so if you're a guy, you want to look good, I don't know, for that big date, for that big cut, you want to make a bold statement, I say that you come to Andy's Barber Studio here at the Legon City Mall. They have pedicure, they do facials, they do braiding for my ladies too, so you can walk in anytime. So I did this with Anastasia Okai. She's a content creator and the co-founder of Hey Girl Foundation, and then Victor Wellrich. Yes, Victor, he is the senior accounts manager at Benchmark Marketing. Thank you very much, guys, for coming. I just want to put out your social media handle if you want to reach out to you.
Yeah, at Victor Wellrich.
Wellrich, across all social.
Yeah.
And as you?
Yeah, Anasika_anymore.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with another exciting conversation here on Moans Cuddles. I am Paula Amma Broni. Thank you very much and see you on the next episode.